Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here with my dog, Simba. Roscoe's around here someplace as well. And as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. Actually, this is not my normal night, not my normal time. So this will take a few moments, I'm sure, for people to get a notification to let them know that I'm on. So let me change some stuff real quick. I need to move the camera just a little bit so we get a little more light from the fire. So you can see me a little better. Ooh. Turn the camera just a little bit more, or maybe that'll be okay. Maybe, okay. That'll be okay. The light's a little bit low because, well, we're outside. It's dark. We got a fire here. So, I, I gotta ask some real questions here. I'm gonna take my time before I get started. I want to let some people get in here. It says that we got 11 people watching. If you're there, let me know if you can see me. Let me know if you can hear me, brother. Can you see me? Um, how you doing, Deontay? Let me move this a little closer here so that way I can see it a little bit better. How's the sound? Is the sound okay? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, brother? Okay. This is trying to do some things that are a little bit different than what we normally do. Do I think we'll keep Amari Cooper? Yes, I do think we're going to keep Amari Cooper. But that's not what this video right here is about tonight. Loud and clear? Okay, cool. Because I'm using actually a shotgun microphone. I've got my Mevo camera, the Mevo Start, still in the beta testing here, and we're testing it. Everything is fine, Mark? Yes. Perfect. Okay, cool. I like to hear that. Okay, so today I was actually around the house, so I was able to do some work around the house, and I was watching the Jet game. So many times we always hear that Dak Prescott sucks. He couldn't beat the Jets. And I always say, well, it is a team sport. But be that as it may, I'm getting old. We're keeping everyone but Byron Jones. Yeah, we'll get back to Byron Jones here in a minute. But I want to go. I'm in a mood here. I'm in a mood here. I'm in a mood here, and I'm actually kind of mad as hell. I created a Marco Polo group with me, Q in the house if he's in here, and Jet D. And I got to tell you, I was talking to Miss Jackie and trying to get her on Marco Polo too, because those are like, cornerstone people that have been great support for this channel. So I went through the Jet game because I was trying to remember, how bad that Dak Prescott played. Because all you ever hear about is Dak sucks. Dak couldn't beat the Jets. And so I watched the first quarter and a half of that game. Here's the interesting thing on this, that idiots out there won't even, yeah, because this is what pissed me off. I'm not saying that Dak Prescott is God like some of you guys I say he is. I'm not saying that Dak Prescott's not perfect and doesn't have things to work on. Because I'm hoping that this isn't the peak of Dak Prescott. I'm hoping that Dak continues to get better throughout his career. As you do more, you learn more, you get better. That you at least give the guy a benefit of the doubt. So I'm looking at that Jet game, and I really, it's just kind of a blur. But I forgot that Lyle Collins and Tyron Smith were both out in that game. Your offensive tackles were out with Greg Williams on the other side. On top of that, Randall Cobb was out. So that's three starters that were out in that game. So I'm watching this game, and you might remember in that game that the referees, you can't honestly look at that game and say it was called even. because the Jets literally teed off on Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott got a knee to the back of the head where he actually went under the tarp, concussion protocol in that game. And unlike Carson Wentz, who, when he got hit in the back of the head in playoffs, he ended up going to the locker room and not returning. He didn't finish the game. He had 4 passes and a half a quarter and went out. My quarterback didn't miss a single play, but be that as it may, there were times in that game where they were really teeing off him, and those should have been some penalty flags called for unnecessary roughness, giving us 15 yards and a first down. But those didn't happen. Now, the NFL tried to make it right. When they look back at the film, they find 2 of the players $27,000 for unnecessary roughness. Things that should have been flags, that should have been first downs. First downs are things that continue drives. Okay, fine. In just that quarter and a half, we already had Dak Prescott getting jacked up. We got 3 offensive starters that are out. And I'm looking at the normal play calling that we have is run the ball on first down, and we get 1 yard or we miss a yard. So every time it's second and long. And I'm looking at a couple of these, just a quarter and a half, where Michael Gallup has got 3-yard cushion, and the pass is right here, twice, and he drops them. That happens. One of them, it literally went through his hand, and the ball bounced off his helmet. That these are plays that would have been first downs. Also in that game, we had our field goal kicker miss a kick. We lost the game 24-22. But wait, there's more. In that game, we had what was called an illegal pick on a touchdown pass to Jason Witten. Any number of these things would have ended up being a win. Now, I get it. Some of you guys have doubts about Dak Prescott. I understand that. But some of you assholes won't even give him the benefit of the doubt that regardless of what happens, it just pissed me the F off. It literally pissed me the fuck off. Where I'm seeing comments like, well, Dak should have overcome that. He's not good enough to overcome this stuff. Wait a minute. The first damn drive that they scored, the Jets scored, they get a pass interference, which was kind of a bullshit ass call in comparison to the unnecessary roughness calls that they didn't call, giving them a first down. 2nd and 6, we get an offsides. Another play, we get a horse collar, giving them another first down. And in the end zone, we get another pass interference. 4 freaking calls that they get to help prop up this game. And I'm only talking about, I only watched the first quarter and a half of this. Okay, I get it. That you may say, hey, some of those games, Dak could have done better. I get that. But when you have evidence in front of you, when you look at that game, and you see that the officials are screwing the F out of you, when you know that you got 3 offensive starters that are out, you see that the other team is lighting up your quarterback to the point where he has to go underneath the tent and get a concussion test. When you see wide receivers dropping balls, we're not talking about balls that were behind. We're not talking about balls that were on the ground. We're talking about balls that are right here. When they're dropping those, when your field goal kicker is missing field goals, when you're getting touchdowns that are called back, you still blame everything on the quarterback. You're not even fucking objective. It is freaking ridiculous, the stupid shit that comes out of your guy's mouth. That literally, you'll take anybody. I've heard some of you say, let's get Jameis Winston. You mean the guy who threw 30 interceptions, including the NFL record in pick sixes with 7 on one season? Oh, let's take Tom Brady. Guy is 47 years old. Take a look at his statistics. Every major category was some of the worst in his career. Of course, though, here's what you got to say. Well, he didn't have anybody to throw to. He didn't have anybody to throw to. He didn't have any weapons. He had the best damn defense in the NFL. He had the best coach in football. And how much better did they really do than us? I know they got the victory on us, but you know, our special teams did give up a blocked punt in a freaking windstorm, rainstorm where it was literally holy hell. It wasn't like Tom Brady was throwing for 700 yards and lapping our team. The difference in that game was the damn special teams. But of course, it's just that. That can't overcome. How many people have won in New England? I'll wait over the last 3 years. I'll wait. Seriously. And people don't seem to remember going into that game against the Eagles, Dak couldn't even practice. And yet here it is, we have a dumbass coach who literally is still trying to get him to throw the ball 30, 40 yards down the field with a hurt shoulder. You can't honestly look at this team, and I'm not saying that Dax doesn't have some bad games, but see, there's a difference between the way we lost some of these games versus having fumbles or interceptions that kill the game. We're not doing these things. And if you honestly believe that there's another quarterback out there that could have done better with this team and taken them to the playoffs, then you don't know a goddamn thing about football. Sorry, you don't. You don't. Carson Wentz wouldn't have done any more with this team. In fact, he probably would have done worse with all the damn fumbles he had this season. I've heard shit like, oh, let's get Derek Carr. Tell me, what is there's got to be something else. There's got to be a reason why you just don't like Dak Prescott, that you will not even be objective with him. Because I'm sitting here, you know, nobody wants to pay him. Nobody wants to pay. You don't want to see him get a dime, even though he has been out there busting his ass, taking all kinds of abuse from you idiots, and I mean idiots, for 4 years, making pennies on the dollar compared to everybody else. $4 million in 4 seasons. How many quarterbacks do you know on the Dallas Cowboys that have made it through 4 seasons? How many? The list is not very long. The list is not very long. I know our team, because I know what a lot of you are going to say. Well, look, I'm about winning Super Bowls. I'm about, I am too. I am too. You think I'm happy that we haven't won one in 25 years? But see, you jackasses think that he's the reason why we lost all those other 21 years. And you same guys that go through and say Dak is garbage, don't pay him. We paid Tony Romo, got $127 million from us. $127 million. Nobody blinks a damn eye. Nobody says shit about that. Guys like Kirk Cousins, who's about to renegotiate his deal, who has 1 playoff win just like Dak and has been there a lot longer. He's made $100 million already. He's guaranteed 28 more this year, and he's about to get an extension onto it. That dude is going to be in the $200 million range. Kirk frickin' Cousins, who was the highest paid a few years ago. Now I believe it's 7th. And that's how quick this thing evolves. So you guys don't even have a mind that is open enough to understand the principles of football. What you pay today is peanuts tomorrow. Kirk Cousins was the highest paid. Matthew Stafford was the highest paid. Jimmy frickin' Garoppolo was the highest paid. Andrew Luck was the highest paid. All of these guys. Now, my suggestion is this, because if we are to believe what Jerry Jones says, and since they are going to franchise tag to make sure that nobody else has a chance to get that guy, he is going to be the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys for the foreseeable future. If you truly hate that guy that much, then you might want to pack your bags and carry your happy ass someplace else, because that's going to be our guy. And the last time I checked, okay, last time I checked, it's not about who's on the team. It's about the damn team and rooting for the team. I damn sure did not like Jason Garrett as my coach. I didn't. I forever thought that that guy needed to go. But I tell you what, when it came to the season, I'm hoping, I'm praying, I'm begging and thinking, wanting that guy to succeed. Because if he succeeds, that means the team succeeds. And that means it's happy, happy, joy, joy for everybody. But you guys relish in the fact that we lost. Oh, he's a bum. I can't wait to see your face when he loses. How the hell do you call yourself a Dallas Cowboy fan? How? How do you call yourself a Dallas Cowboy fan? That's what I want to know. When you're hoping and praying that he gets hurt or fails. Are you guys just trolls? Did Dak Prescott steal like your girlfriend or something? I'm just trying to understand where all this hate is. That you won't, you're just not even rational with it. I can point out all these things that happen. None of those things matter. It's only Dak Prescott. How is that possible? Now, y'all got my blood pressure up. I hope I don't end up having a freaking heart attack out here. But this shit has just got to end. Or you need to just find yourself another team. Or better yet, find yourself another goddamn channel. Because I don't need this crap. If you don't like what I have to say, because it's amazing to me how some of you jackasses, how you come on here and tell me, you know, he just likes to hear himself talk. He's arrogant. He's this, that. Well, why are you here? You're listening to me talk. Apparently, you're addicted. But I don't twist anybody's arm and say, you got to be here. How about we do this? Because we've had Jason Garrett for the last freaking years, 10 years, okay? Tony Romo didn't do shit under Jason Garrett. How about we give Dak Prescott the benefit of the doubt and see what happens with him? How about that? We have a different coach, a coach who has won a Super Bowl. I can't say that about Jason Garrett. I can say Jason Garrett got, 3 playoff wins in his career? 3. How about we go ahead and say, you know what? I'll at least see what we're going to see. The guy has had some decent games. For some reason, he has some numbers out there that other quarterbacks don't. But how about we go ahead and say, let's give him a chance. He's going to get paid. He's going to be our quarterback. Why don't we wait and see what happens under Mike McCarthy for a year or two? How about that? Because instead of trying to at least see the positive side, you jackasses will listen to all those freaking talking heads and repeat and regurgitate the same stupid shit that they're putting out there. So you guys keep falling for the trap. You've been flim-flammed. You've been hustled. You've been led astray, run amok. Because you regurgitate this shit from David Carr, who was the most sacked quarterback in the history of the NFL one year, who never busted a grape doing anything. Yeah, he's an expert. What's that other jackass from the Detroit Lions? Barsky? What is his name? He was part of the Lions 0-16 team. Like, he really knows a lot about quarterback play. Then you get Jabba the frickin' Hutt, where his job is, I'm just going to be the hater-in-chief, and is going to go ahead and regurgitate some stupid shit, and is never right. You're going to follow along with this stuff. Dink and dunk, Dak, dink and dunk. Guess what? You know this year, Tom Brady, his yards per completion, 6.6. That's dink and dunk. Oh, but see, when that happened with Dak, when we had Bryce Butler, when we had Cole Beasley, Terrence Williams, and let's see, Allen Hurns. when those were our receivers and things, and Jason Witten was retired, they said, oh, Dan Orlovsky, yeah, that jackass. When we had those guys, Bryce Butler, not in the NFL. Terrence Williams, not in the NFL. Alan Hearns, kind of in the NFL, but not exactly raising any noise. And Cole Beasley was the best of the bunch. What were you told? Oh, and we didn't have a tight end, FYI, till Blake Jarwin, really the last game of the season. We had Rico Gathers, Blake Jarwin, and Dalton Schultz. Yeah, those are some all-pros right there, aren't they? What did we hear? Oh, elite quarterbacks elevate the play of the team. Really? We hear Carson Wentz now doesn't have anybody, even though he's got a great running back to throw to and two great tight ends. Poor Carson Wentz. He's got nobody to throw to. We throw Dak under the bus for that. Oh, Dak, he's got weapons. The weapons that Dak has, he made those weapons. Amari Cooper, career year under Dak Prescott. Randall Cobb, best year since 2014, where he had Aaron frickin' Rodgers throwing to him. Michael Gallup, third-round draft pick. And now all of a sudden everybody's talking about he's got great weapons to throw to. Come on, man. Come on, man. Before they came to Dallas, didn't nobody really want those guys? Let's be honest with yourselves. Get sick of this shit. Tell you a ghost story? Come on, Zeppelin, man. Come on. How about you play something on the guitar, man? FYI, that was Joe Montana, dink and dunk. That's what the West Coast was. Short drop backs, quick passes, giving the ball to players where they can make a move. A lot of Jerry Rice's touchdowns were like slant plays that were like 6-7 yards that he took to the house. And see, this is the kind of crap that these so-called football Cowboy fans don't understand about football. That they listen to ESPN and Fox Sports and the Colin Cowherds and the Jabba the Hutts and think that, oh, yeah, well, this is what's going on. You don't know shit. You don't. You know, it's so funny because, see, here's how football illiterate. I'm not going to say dumb. I'm going to say football illiterate. I don't mean to call people stupid or idiots like I'm told that I am every day. A lot of people will say, I'll take Jimmy Garoppolo over Dak Prescott because they were in the Super Bowl. You mean the same guy that they're talking that they don't really like, that his ceiling has been reached, that he is not the guy to take him over the hump, that there's rumors that Tom Brady could come over to San Francisco? That guy you say is better than our quarterback? That guy who goes out to dinner with porn stars, who's supposed to be the face of their franchise? That guy? That's what you're saying? It's beyond the wins and losses for just the quarterback. I show a game, because here's how hateful you guys are. You won't even open up your mind to anything, because some of you got this thing that you better not say anything about Tony Romo, because Tony Romo was God. Tony Romo was a Hall of Famer. Tony Romo was statistically the best quarterback that we ever had. I get that. Tony Romo was a really good quarterback. And so here's the thing. I look and say, here's the Jet game. We're missing Tyron Smith, Lyle Collins, Randall Cobb. We're missing these guys. We have drop passes galore by our receivers. Not bad passes, passes that are right there that would have been first downs. We have referees that are literally letting my quarterback get beat to hell to where he's in concussion protocol, but still playing. We have referees that are calling phantom penalties that are touchdowns being called back. We have a kicker who's missing field goals. This wasn't Dak Prescott fumbled the ball 3 times or threw 5 interceptions and we lost. We lost by 2 points. I show highlights, or should I say lowlights. Oh yeah, porn star. Yeah, he was out to dinner with a porn star, and there was like big news and everything else. Yeah, porn star. I mean, I'm not saying that he shouldn't see a porn star and stuff, but some of these things you might want to keep on the down low. It's not exactly a good look. Could you imagine if Dak Prescott was was going out to dinner with a porn star? How that would work out for him? Okay, but anyway, I point out these things about that game in the Jets, and you know what? I get Dak should have overcome this stuff. Dak sucks. It's Dak's fault. He should have been better. I show clips from 2007, not to belittle Tony Romo, but to show you the difference of where a team supports the player. Because in that game against the Buffalo Bills, who were 1-3, I believe, going to the game, and we were 4-0, Tony Romo immediately comes out, throws a pick six. Not just one pick six, but throws two pick sixes. In fact, throws 4 interceptions before halftime and a fumble. In the game, throws 5 interceptions, has a fumble in it. Not hold up, stop the hate mail, stop the hate. But here's the thing: Terrence Newman gets an interception and he takes it back to like the 20-yard line, gets to the scoring position. Special teams does an onside kick, gets the ball back. The defense does not give up a touchdown. So by this, you look at this and say, the defense, the special teams, the team around him helped to get that win. I get people that say, oh, no. Tony Romo got it together and got us in position to win in the end. It's just like, oh, my God. I just can't. I just freaking can't. I just can't understand how it is that no matter what happens, you get good numbers. Oh, it's garbage time. Oh, the game was out of hand. It's because of the offensive line. You won't ever give him any credit. You won't ever give him any credit. If we win, oh, it wasn't big enough. Or he didn't throw the ball deep enough downfield. You get the yardage, it's empty yard. It's just like, you can't tell me that everything in the guy's career is bad. That you can't find one good thing about a guy who got $4 million in 4 years, who started out 4th on the depth chart, who was not the quarterback that they wanted. They were hoping that Wentz or Goff would fall to him, and then they tried to trade up into the first round to get Paxton Lynch. Then they thought about Connor Cook, and they lucked the hell out that Dak Prescott was still there as their second pick in the 4th round. And this guy, who gets 1 rep in OTAs, comes in when we lost our quarterback after going 4-12 after we lost that guy the year before, and plays outstanding. In fact, has the second most victories in the last 4 years. I know our team sucked for the last 25 years, but we've had 4 years where the worst record has been 8-8. 2010, 2011, 2013, we were 8-8, 3 years in a row. The early 2000s, we had 3 years where we were 5-11 in a row. So what is it? What is the reason that you cannot stand Dak Prescott, and that you cannot stand the fact that he might actually get compensated now? A guy who's getting 3rd string money. I just want to know. I just want to know what I'm facing here. I'm sorry I've gone on this rant here, and I'm just Jet, Jet, I told you I was about to go off. Jet. And Jet, damn, I need your garage, man. That barn. That's what I need for my workshop, Can a brother borrow your barn and move it up here? Can you do that for me? You know what? Yeah, hey, Danny. Yeah, Carson Wentz has got, it's cool that he's got a record. It's cool. But you know what the interesting thing is this? Here's another thing for you. Carson Wentz is 9th on the list of having touchdowns to begin a career. He's 9th. Of all the quarterbacks that have ever played football, Carson Wentz is ninth on the list to start a career. That's freaking amazing. Shout out to him. Dak Prescott's tied with him with that record too. And I know what you're gonna say. Well, Carson Wentz had less games, and that's true. That is true. I have to give you that. He's had less games. But in those less games, you know that Dak Prescott's only thrown one more interception than Carson Wentz. And I believe Dak Prescott has 13 less fumbles in 9 more games than your guy. Yeah, your guy. And I believe that Dak Prescott hasn't messed up his knee, his back, or his head. The Dak Prescott's actually made it through 3 playoff games. How about that? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you. He shouldn't be paid nearly twice as much as Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is on his way down. You realize that, right? And who said he's going to be twice as much as Aaron Rodgers? Because, see, Dak Prescott, here's what's, see, this is what pisses me off with you guys. You are worried about, let's put it where it is. You're worried about a black man being the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. Let's go ahead and put let's put it right there. You don't want to see a black man for 2 minutes be the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. Do you? Now let's be honest here. You know what Carson Wentz's money is going to be if he stays upright? His deal's worth $59 million because it was an extension on his already contract that he has. So even if Dak does happen to get a $140 million contract, that guy is still behind Carson Wentz. Yeah. You know guys like Sam Bradford made $130 million in the NFL? Sam frickin' Bradford. Sam Bradford. And all you guys keep saying, well, he need to take a discount. He need to work for less. Why? You know, last year when Russell Wilson said, I'm not going to play on the franchise tag, you know that guy had already made $87 million on his last contract, right? $87 million on his contract. You do know that every year, every contract goes up, right? You know that, right? Because the salary cap goes up every year. You know that, right? It's called a cost of living. You know, I'll give you a great example. The people working at McDonald's now make a lot more than when I worked at McDonald's in high school because the minimum wage was $3.35. That's what I made when I worked at McDonald's in 1983. $3.35. Well, I don't know what they're making now, but it's probably like $10 an hour. It's a lot more money than when I was there. But it's all relative because everything has gone up. You understand that? So when you look at when Tony Romo had the highest contract the Dallas Cowboys had in 2012, when the salary cap was $120 million, now it's $200 million, then the number goes up. Do you understand that one? Do you understand that the salary cap is about to blow the hell up? The players have it in their hands 6 days from now. Within 6 days, they have to vote on that thing. And when it passes, and it will pass, that salary cap, they're estimating to be around $470 million within 7 years. More than doubling. You think Dak will be the highest paid for long? With Deshaun Watson out there? With Pat Mahomes out there? Come on, man. It's exactly $15 now. Damn. $15 working McDonald's? Damn. I tell you what, when we had that $3.35, man, we thought we were tall cotton there, man. Shit, man. But that was back when you could buy a candy bar for 5 cents too. Just saying. Chiefs don't have any. Yeah, and see, you know what? Now, Pat Mahomes went out and said, he said, you know, I want to do the right thing for the team. I know that they're gonna do the right thing, and you know, and I'm gonna be looking out for the team. That sounds great. So what he should do, since he's only 3 years in, he's got 2 more years on his deal. If he really means what he says is, hey, you know what? I'm about the team. I'm going to go the Dak Prescott route. I'm going to wait till year 4 to get my deal at the end of it. That way, since we only have $13 million, we don't have to get rid of everybody. Because that's what Dak Prescott did. All you guys that are saying that Dak Prescott is greedy. He's greedy, man. Look at Dak. How is Dak Prescott greedy? Let me ask you this. Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is made $100 million. $100 million. The Vikings are like, we got one more year left on the deal. We don't want him to be a free agent, so we're going to do another deal. You think that he's going to take 28 again? You think he's going to say, hey, you know what, I want to be a team player. I'm going to take less money since I've already made $100 million, since I've got more than enough money for me to last the rest of my life and for my kids' life and their kids' life? Do you think he's going to take a discount? Do you? I don't. I don't think any quarterback or any player is going to take a discount. And nor should they. Look at my homie, Charles Haley. 56 years old and having both knees replaced. You think if he played football for all those years that he would be in that shape? And you think about, because I deal, you guys saw me getting my shit shot up. Got 3 shots in the last 3 weeks to try and lubricate my knee. I didn't play pro football, but I know what the pain is like afterwards. Between the migraines, the back pain, getting up out of bed, being able to walk. There's enough money in the world to go through chronic pain. And these guys do this for your freaking entertainment. Yeah, you know, see, Tara, you know more football than 90% of the people in here. That's what I've been talking about. I said, listen, you think we're in bad shape? Oh, there won't be any money to pay anybody. We only have $77 million. The Chiefs have one more free agent than we do. One more free agent than we do. And they got $13 million. Thank you, John. I appreciate that, man. I'm just mad. I'm mad tonight. I'm mad. I'm mad. I'm mad as hell. Shout out. Let me say, shout out to this one's for all the club members, all the Jobu Sports members. I'm gonna be working on a new logo, new shot glass and stuff. I'm not saying Carson Wentz is a perfect quarterback. He's good and he's okay. Danny, that's funny that, here's the thing that kills me. Thank you, Danny, I appreciate that. That fans of other teams recognize that Dak Prescott's a decent quarterback. Cowboy fans, I'm sorry. Some of y'all dudes are assholes. I'm sure that this video is going to get shut down or I'm going to get in trouble for it. But I'm sorry. You guys, some of you guys just drive me crazy. Danny, please give it a rest. The fact that I keep saying wheelchair Wentz is because he stood up all year long, but clowning you. Okay. Huh? Gregory Romo didn't have a great O-line? Oh my God, 2014 was the pinnacle of that offensive line. Oh my God. Oh, see, here we go with revisionist history. Revisionist history, because some of you guys will only remember the good things, and you go through and you pick out the certain stuff. He never had a defense. He never had a team around you. You know, 2007, we had an NFL record 13 Pro Bowlers. When I bring that up, people say, oh, well, you know, that's just a popularity contest. I just can't. I just can't. Perry Locke, how are you doing, man? I'm just going. I'm ranting tonight, man. I'm ranting tonight because I've just had it up to here. No, up to here. No, maybe up to here. Okay. with all of this hate for our quarterback. All I'm asking is give the guy a chance. Over the last 25 years, you got to look at this and say, you know what? We've been at least trending a lot better than what we've done in the past. We've been in the playoffs 2 out of the last 4 years. We haven't been like in the basement like the Giants or the Redskins. Jet D. Jet, man, I appreciate you, dog. Man, I tell you what, I enjoyed you being up last weekend, man. So you know, if you're ever stuck in Northern Virginia, you got a place to stay. Tomorrow actually tomorrow in the afternoon and evening, we're going to be doing some extra. See, you know, Jobu Sports, we're constantly bringing you the news on the Dallas Cowboys as well as everything that I do. Okay, I'm working in my workshop. I'm working, you know, everywhere on toilets and stuff. You know, I'm working at my house, working everywhere, and we're going to take care. Ricky Lee, shout out to you, man. They hate Dak like they hated Romo in the beginning. Byron, I would like to relax because it's not good for my blood pressure to get up like it is. But the amount of hate that you get, the lack of a benefit of the doubt, the fact that people will say, let's get Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford will be a better quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. And I'm kind of like, what is it that says on Matthew Stafford's resume that he's going to do better than Dak Prescott? Bam Media, broke ass media. I think actually I need to get that. Maybe we'll do that as a shot glass. Bam, yeah. But see, I can't say Bam Media. It's just Bam. Bam Sports Report or Jobu Sports Report brought to you by Bam. There you go. As a Cowboy fan, you know, it's funny, Jeffrey, as a Redskin fan that you are, it's funny how every year it's always going to be somebody that we're going to be fearful of. Every year, be it a draft pick or be it a free agent. You know, remember last year? Oh man, we got Landon Collins. Oh shit, we got Landon Collins, man. We gonna beat some shit. Remember? Oh man, we got Josh Norman. He was just in the Super Bowl. Josh Norman. Oh, we got Alex Smith. Oh man, Alex Smith, man, he's so much better than Kirk Cousins, man. We got Alex Smith. You know, it's just like when you got prime time after his prime. You know, that guy. Or you brought in James Washington after the Super Bowls. Or you brought in Albert Hainsworth. You said, okay, we got a good defense. We add this guy, we gonna be the bomb. Or you brought in Bruce Smith, who came in just to get the sack record. Or Donovan McNabb. Oh yeah, we got Mr. McNugget. Yeah, buddy. We know he threw up in the Super Bowl and all that, but we got that guy and paid him $40 million for 1 year. Yeah. No, I ain't scared about anybody the Redskins bring in, buddy. Just not. Just not. LeVar Arrington, remember that guy? Oh, yeah, LeVar Arrington. He's going to be a beast. Ah, yeah. Come on. I love it when they call me Big Papa. Is now part of Joe Boo's Mojo crew. Thank you very much. Make sure you send me an email to cowboysmark94@gmail so that way I can get out your shot glass. I'm going to the post office tomorrow. Appreciate the support, man. I appreciate it. All right, so I hope you guys didn't mind me ranting tonight, but I just get tired. I get tired of the hate. I'm not delusional. I thought everybody. Yeah, but see, here's the funny thing, Jeffrey. Jeff. Can I call you Jeff? Can I call you Jeff? Because every year, you know what the Redskins do? The Cowboys do this a lot too, but the Redskins are great at it because every year I always see new Redskin jerseys, new names on the back of Alex Smith. Just a couple of years ago, Alex Smith. You know, Adrian Peterson. We got that guy. It's always the guy that's going to be the killer that always ends up disappointing. So I hate to say it, but if you draft Chase Young, I definitely won't be scared because he's going to go to that toxic waste dump of the Redskins and underperform. That's just the way it is with those Redskins, man. I'm sorry to tell you that. I hate to tell you that, man. You love the rant? Shh. And that's about all he did was in Aikman's career. That's the same with Cowboys. We got Amari. We're going to the Super Bowl. You know, you just hit the nail on the head. They sell hope and they sell tickets. I'm not worried about Marty. You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. For me, here's okay. This is not hate, and this is not the rum talking. But here's the thing: the NFC East is not like any other division. You know, New England wins every year their division, but it's crazy. It doesn't matter what you did the year before. You're not repeating in the NFC East. Not for 16 years. And we had the Eagles win the Super Bowl. Didn't win it. We had the Giants win the Super Bowl twice. Didn't win it the next year. It's crazy, but that's one of those ones that it's just doesn't seem to work. We were 13-3. Didn't win it the next year. So you've got that going against you. The Eagles, they had to play another week, so they're practicing and all that. You get your quarterback who bumps his head and can't go to bed. Okay? You have a team that's aging. You see, Jason Peters is allowed to go ahead and test the market, right? Lane Johnson sometimes gets injured. You see a defense that has a lot of holes in it. Your wide receiver core, they're drooling and hoping that they can get Byron Jones and Amari Cooper, and they're reaching for a whole lot of players. They have $44 million of cap space, and unless they continue to mortgage the future, they're not going to be able to make that many moves. And I believe with that first place schedule, with Carson Wentz having his injury history, with the holes that they have and the lack of funding, that it's going to be a tough year for the Eagles. I'm not saying they're going to be the Redskins or the Giants, but you got to look at it and say they got a whole lot of work to do. I know all the target heads are out there. Oh, the Eagles are great because that's what they always do. Anybody makes the playoffs, they've got them in the top 10 the next year, unless they're the Dallas Cowboys. Okay? So I think the Eagles are going to have some problems next year. That's just me. And I'm not trying to do that out of hate. There you go. And that's the here's the thing, and here's the other thing for my team, for my guys. I think if they're able to keep the group of people they have together, okay, Blake Jarwin I think is actually going to be an upgrade from Jason Witten. I saw a bunch of missed blocks from Jason Witten, and Jason Witten, they basically said, we'll let you throw to Jason Witten because we know he's not going to beat us. Letting Jason Witten get the ball was like playing a prevent defense. It's better for Jason Witten to get the ball uncovered than it is Amari Cooper to get the ball downfield. And that's the way a lot of people played him. I think Blake Jarman's going to be an improvement. I think if Amari Cooper has a good offseason and gets his body right, you're going to see him continue to explode. I think if we just stop trying to run the football up the middle every freaking first down and start using play action and start moving the pocket, that we will be better alone with that on the offense. The defense, I'll take Mike Nolan and that defense over the Tampa 2, which was outdated. If we can just get a little bit better on defense, if we can get a little bit better on special teams, and if we can get the offense to play as well as they did, those things alone will be the difference of not making the playoffs and being in the playoffs. I honestly believe that. Oh, I agree with you. We all have work to do. Johnny Manziel was great. Yeah, okay. Robert Smith, Robert Smith, you're an idiot. Okay, I like that one. Okay. But Danny Jones is worse than retired Eli. Damn. Well, we'll see how he played. Now, Eli did not play great his first year. You know, Eli was a rookie. We will go 11-4. Um, you mean 11-5, right? There's 16 games. We need Brady. Oh, here we go. Cash Money, you broke, aren't you? You broke. Go ahead, admit it. You're called Cash Money because you're looking for some cash. Haskins is better than Daniel Jones, but Haskins might be replaced too. Damn, you mean I've been here? Why is the time flies so quickly when I'm with you? So let me ask you guys real quick because this is another one of these test runs for the live stream camera that I have. Sound quality okay? The look okay? Is it too dark? Actually, let me try something real quick here. Damn, I forgot. I could actually. Damn, now I realize that I can do that. Okay. Is that better lighting? That's backlit. Jimmy Graham. No. Jimmy Graham's. Here's what happens. What you remember is you remember what a guy was like when they were good. Jimmy Graham, when he was playing with Drew Brees in New Orleans, was fantastic. Became a free agent, went to Seattle, and it was kind of like, meh. Became a free agent again, signed with Green Bay, and it was kind of like, meh. He's done. You want to sign that guy, you know, New Orleans might sign him for nostalgia's sake, but he's done. You know, players have a short lifespan. And here's what happens with free agency. Free agency is like a 2-year payday loan. Because within 2 to 3 years. Within 2 to 3 years, those guys that you sign as free agents are usually gone. Because they don't live up to the expectations for them. You may have been in a great system or had people that are. I'll give you a great one. Alvin Harper. Alvin Harper, of course, with the offensive line, with Troy Aikman, with Emmitt Smith, and Michael Irvin on the other side, was incredible because he got one-on-one coverage. But when he had to go to Tampa Bay and be the guy and didn't have that cast around, it was like he's a bum. It's not that he was a bum. He wasn't in that situation that he was before. And many, many times you get that. Well, Jimmy Graham benefited from having Drew Brees there. Drew Brees, that offense, Sean Payton and everything else, and he was younger. Now he's older and his body's beginning to fail him. And this is where I talk about Dez Bryant and say, you know, Dez isn't quite the same guy that he used to be. And that's where I'm kind of like, you know what, I'm okay with Dez not returning. A lot of people will say, you know, oh, Mark, you know, you're wrong. He's a beast. Yeah, he was a beast. But after the injuries that have taken a toll, I don't know that he's a beast anymore. You know what I'm saying? So, so let me ask you: is the picture still good on your end? I'm getting a notification saying check your video setting. The encoder is sending data faster than real time. You must rate limit your live video upload to 1 second for each second. So you guys, brother, can you see me? Brother, can you hear me? Um, all the way from Argentina. How you doing, Tobias? That's a long way. That's way south. Cowboys gamer, not to be rude, but that's some dumb logic. Oh man, what was that? Peace, Zeppelin. Zeppelin, you out? All right, man, Zeppelin. Actually, I'm getting ready to get out of here too because I've been on here for an hour. I just had actually planned on coming out here and doing like a 15-minute rant and get out, but I just Ron Leary, uh, nah, I'm okay. Ron Leary again. He's getting along in the tooth too. You all good? Okay. Hmm. Yeah, I'm digging this camera. Um, at the end of next month, they're actually going to start releasing them. I may get a second one of these, so that way I'll actually have 4 of these that I'll be able to do things with. Angel, Michael says he definitely wants to go to the draft. Doesn't care about the coronavirus. Um, I'm going to probably buy the insurance on the ticket. I need to talk to Cowboys Experience and make sure that they're still going to go for that. Yeah, you never know when I'm going to pop up. And tomorrow we'll probably be doing a couple of those tomorrow too. Albuquerque, New Mexico in the house. It's still amazing. I got to tell you, I'm old, okay? You got to understand that 15 miles away was a long distance phone call for us. The fact that I can sit here in my backyard, just sitting right here, okay, with no wires whatsoever, no plugs, with a camera that's connected to my cell phone, which is sending a signal to a box on the wall, which is transmitting it all out to the blogosphere, is still freaking amazing to me. I'm sorry, I will never ever get used to this. Yeah, but Joe. You got to understand the mood of this. This is like a campfire. This is like we out camping, man. If I weren't on a keto diet, I'd have some marshmallows and make some s'mores. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what we'd be doing. I mean, we can put more light on here, but see, I kind of like having less light because I'm old and I'm wrinkled and I'm ugly, you know? And isn't this kind of... See, I can tell ghost stories and do that one. How about that? It's your boy, Dave White. Thank you for that super chat. Um, so anyway, it's getting a little late here, and I don't want to hog up the blogosphere because there's a lot of great people out there doing work. I know Vosh is doing all his draft stuff and everything else, so he's out there. I know my boy E2 Blue, he gets out in here and stuff. And like I said, tomorrow evening, probably all night long, probably we're gonna end up doing something special in here. We're gonna have a special guest up in the house. Um, Here's the thing, it's conflicting because there's 0 carbs in with rum. They say clear liquor, but I've been looking at it, and I've seen some places that say rum's okay. And see, I've only been doing half shots, and I haven't been getting that many carbs. Okay? All right? So, we cool? We cool? Ruby is digging your fire pit? Oh, man, I tell you what. See, I have some friends that say, man, I'm a traditionalist. I like to have wood, so that way you got this. That's nice. I originally had a wood one. But to come out, find my wood and get the fire going. And what would always happen is you get a windy night, it starts blowing the smoke on you. You go in the house and you smell like you've been out camping, But for me to be able to just kind of reach down here and just kind of turn down the fire just like that, or if I want a little more fire, I can go like that, man. It don't get no better than that, man. I think I'm getting low on gas though, so I need to get a little more gas. So for me, I love this because I can sit right around here. I can put the top on it, and we can play cards if we want to. I got the TV out here, so if I want to watch TV and everything else. Okay, if you say so, Cowboys gamer. Oh man, see, Robert Smith, how stupid are you? You just trolling it. You know what? I'm just gonna ignore that because you just trolling. Johnny Manziel is better than Danny Dimes. How about that one? All right, y'all. I appreciate you guys being here. We've been on here for 1 hour and exactly 13 seconds. So I'm going to end it here. Thanks everybody who's been become a channel member. If you become a member, or if you just became a channel member, not a subscriber, but a channel member, make sure you email me at cowboysmark94gmail so that way I can get you your shot glass. I'm doing some posts and stuff for the members and things like that. The tailgate crew, we're actually going to start a Marco Polo group so that way you guys can actually, communicate directly with me as well. So we're doing a lot of extra things because we are trying to raise some funds so that way we can do some extra stuff, that we're going to have bigger and better events this season coming up, and more giveaways and things. And tomorrow night we'll be doing a giveaway for everybody who's done a super chat since Super Bowl. All super chats since Super Bowl will be entered into a drawing where we're going to give away the 100-year anniversary bronze piece. All right, so I will see. Dark video. Brandon, I'm outside of the fire pit, man. That's the fire pit. This is a fireside chat. You supposed to have a bright lights for a fireside chat? Come on, man. Would it be better if I sat behind the fire like that? Ooh. You don't really want to see me. All right, I'll see you guys.